Hello, all. Welcome on into your tarot spread for the week ahead. This is going to be for the week of July 27th, 2026. And I was feeling in the mood for a colorful deck, a sort of like dreamy summer vibes kind of deck. And I have selected the Star Spinner Tarot by Trungles as my deck of the week. I love this card or this deck. The art style is, I wouldn't say not quite anime, maybe a little anime inspired, but very colorful, very whimsical, very almost storybook like. And I really love it for that. So let's see, we had a card jump out already, which that is going to be our theme and energy of the week. I think the ones that jump out are the ones that want us to see them. That's my personal belief. We all have different ways. Those of us that read tarot, and if you're one of these folks, you know this for yourself, that we all have different ways of reading the cards, of shuffling the cards. I don't think there's a right or wrong way. I think, what's important is that our intention and intuition are there, and that we read the, sorry. I think what's important is that our intention and intuition are in check or are present, and that we read the cards honestly. And I think we can read the cards in a hopeful and optimistic way and still be honest about it. I don't think there's a place in tarot really for fear-mongering or trying to manipulate someone's emotions in a reading. I don't think that's the purpose here. That's my 2 cents. That is my 2 cents about tarot and how I read and my approach to it. I have to say I'm not the best shuffler. Shuffling is probably the weakest part of my tarot game. And thankfully my shuffling is largely off camera today. We've got some good stuff happening here, I think. Although I try not to judge. I try not to say like the readings are good or bad, really. I mean, because frankly, we all have our different, these cards, these energies, these archetypes all show up in different ways in our life, right? So what I might think is a struggle or a challenge might actually be something you embrace. It might actually be something that you feel really good about in your life. So I try not to say it's good or bad, but so far I'm actually loving the colors of this reading. Lovely pinks and purples and some beautiful dark blues. There are some lovely greens and golds in this deck too, but the cards that we're getting are these lovely pinks and purples. So rock on here with that. Oh, here we go. All right. Yay. So let's start. Let's start with our card of the week, the energy of the week. And we have, from the Major Arcana, we have the Lovers. And the Lovers are really, I take it as love in all forms. It can be about a romantic love, a romantic relationship, those feelings of passion and delight and connection that we feel when we are romantically in love with someone else. It certainly can be that. I prefer to think as our guiding theme of the week that this is choosing love in all forms. A wise band named the Beatles once said, "All you need is love." And that is very much the vibe, I think, for this week. Let's choose to lead with an open heart. Let's choose to prioritize genuine loving connection in all of its forms. Let's choose to take care of each other, to consider each other, to reach out. Call, if there's someone you haven't spoken to in a while that you would like to check on, that you'd like to connect with. This is a great week. This is a great week to try to connect with someone. And really, first and foremost, let's work on loving ourselves. Let's choose to love ourselves. If something doesn't go perfectly, love yourself anyway. Be gentle. Choose to accept it as a part of life and move on if it doesn't work out perfectly, or if you try and you fail. What's the lesson in that? Love yourself through it. Love yourself through it. If we wait until we're quote unquote perfect to love ourselves, we'll be waiting a long time. So choose love in all of its forms this week. For Monday, we have the Hermit, which has come up for us a bit. My dog in the background has started playing with a squeaky toy. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but if you hear squeaking in the background, that is why. So for Monday, we have the Hermit, and the Hermit invites us to follow this light. Sort of, we're following our inner knowing that's shining the path for us. We're following this knowing, this drive, this spiritual journey. And a light is being held in us that's guiding us forward. It's a good day to take some stillness, much like our Four of Swords that came up recently. This is a good day for some stillness. It's a good day to sit in reflection. It's a good day if you're a person who meditates or writes in a journal. It's a great day for that sort of practice. And really, I mean, maybe we do a meditation on what love means to us. Maybe we practice shining this light. Maybe we practice shining it with love from our hearts. But that is our card for Monday. For Tuesday, we have the Star. And I love the three of these together, our card of the week, and then the Hermit, and then the Star for Tuesday. Because this is really about healing and being gentle and giving yourself that space and that grace to heal. And maybe what we're doing, maybe the lantern here that we're following is the light of this star, is the light of this hope, is the light of this healing, is the light of this peaceful release that can come to us when we let go, when we fully love, when we lead with love, when we love ourselves. We come home to this place. So that is our card for Tuesday. Let that peaceful, hopeful light guide you. For Wednesday, we have the Six of Cups. And I love the illustration on this card. It really is sort of magical here. And Six of Cups is that magic of memory, that magic of imagination, that magic of tapping in to those past experiences that filled us with wonder, that filled us with joy, that made us think, wow, it's not going to get any better than this. And to really feel that, to really tune into what you love, what's deep in there that you love or used to love. An example of this in my own life would be I loved to color as a child. I loved coloring books. I loved crayons. Give me the 64 box of Crayola. I think they have even more than 64 colors now, and I would love to sit and color. And occasionally as an adult, when I want this feeling of wonder, of imagination, of magic, of play, of joy, I will actually bust out a coloring book and some amazing colored pencils and color, which is not only good for the mind and the emotional health, it's also good for that sense of play and joy. So find those moments on Wednesday. Find that, let your mind wander, maybe take that time, your internal reflection here, and let your mind wander, let your mind play. Let your mind go to those places that feel peaceful. That is Wednesday. For Thursday, we have the Four of Cups, and I think that's actually kind of interesting. We have the Four of Cups here, and after after all of this reflection and our attempts at shining love and this healing and following these guiding stars, we might be in a place where maybe we feel a little stuck. Maybe all of this magic and joy and wonder is not coming to us as quickly as we would like. Maybe we feel a little lost. Maybe we feel that, it doesn't seem to be working. But come on, everybody, it's only been 3 days. Let's give it a little bit more time. But we might just be feeling a little like, I don't think this is for me. I don't think this is working. There's got to be better. There's got to be easier. And really, what we have to do is just look around, look for those opportunities. Stop doing it the same way. Stop doing things as you've always done it. Find new ways, new approaches, new thoughts. This is where that play can be very helpful. This is where that internal reflection can be very helpful. This is where the just being loving and gentle to yourself and not being so judgmental of yourself can be helpful. So let's tap into those tools on Thursday to get us unstuck, to get us moving, to dive into this water and to go to this fabulous castle. And really take some time to think about it, but then, shift that energy on Thursday. Shift that energy. On Friday, we have the devil. What? I like this devil though. He's not like a scary, intimidating devil. like sometimes the air can be depicted. But to be fair, this devil, he's probably going to show up to try to keep us stuck. How are we still stuck? What is keeping us stuck? I imagine that this week what's keeping us stuck are our thought patterns, our patterns of behavior. Essentially, we're doing it to ourselves this week, whatever that means for you. But I think the devil is encouraging us to look for ways that we are our own worst enemy this week. So what, is it something that you're being led to, that you tell yourself, no, that's not going to work? Is it something, are your old patterns of behavior, your old thought patterns telling you you're not worthy of love? Spoiler alert, you are absolutely worthy of love. We all are. If you are a living being on this planet, you are worthy of love, and that includes plants, that includes algae, that includes dogs, cats, horses, the whole realm. If you are a living being on this planet, you are worthy of love and care. And the devil is telling us that maybe we don't. Maybe we, is causing us to second guess, is keeping us stuck, is telling us those old stories, is encouraging those old patterns of behavior. And the Four of Cups here is working with the devil in that for us. So really, how are you keeping yourself stuck? How can you break that energy? How can you shift that energy? Follow this true light. Follow this light and really lean into the love on Friday. Really, really shine with love on Friday for yourself and for others. For Saturday, we have Temperance. It's a balance. It's a balance. It's a balance between, it's finding a balance between wanting to shine all of that love, but maybe sometimes needing to be a little bit more grounded, earthy, practical. It's a balance between wanting to take care of ourselves and shine that love to ourselves, and also needing to caretake and shine that love to others. It's a balance between wanting to just sit in your room and meditate all day. And by meditate, I also mean nap, or actually going out and shifting the energy. So temperance invites us to look at our goals, look how we're spending our time, look at what we are prioritizing, look at how we're prioritizing it, and think about really where we want to go, what we want to do, and the best way to get there, without giving up too much of ourselves and without taking too much from others. And that is our temperance this week. For Sunday, we have the Queen of Cups. And this is really a very nurturing, loving energy. This really sort of anchors our lover's card and shining that love, feeling that love, and bringing that love into everything. And doing so from this really emotionally regulated, emotionally mature, very grounded place. We're in charge of sailing our ship, and the waters can get rocky. The waters are not always smooth sailing, but we control it. We hold it in our hands, and we are able to weather whatever storms come up. able to weather whatever this is and smoothly get to where we need to go. Oh, I love that we have all these little whales too. That's adorable. Okay, this card's adorable. Um, but honestly, that is what our Queen of Cups is. We're taking this journey, we're taking this spiritual journey, and all of this, we're bringing it into balance, and then we're ready to move as the captain of our ship. We are ready to move forward from that place of true love, of true balance, of true emotional regulation and maturity. And maybe we're a little witchy. I mean, maybe we're a little witchy. Queen of Cups to me is sort of a almost like a tea leaf reader, crystal person, tarot reader kind of a person. So if you're into any of that, Sunday is a great day to do that. If you're not overly into that, but you have an oracle deck on your shelf that's been sitting there, pull a card on Sunday. See what happens. It's okay if you have to look in the book for it, really. It's okay if you have to look in the book for the beating. I won't tell anyone. And that is for your reading for the week, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, as always. I do offer personal readings for people if you are interested. The link is in my bio and on my channel page. It will be delivered as a video like this, a private video link, just like this. So you can watch it as many times as you would like. You can take notes. You can journal as you listen. And it's done live, just like this reading, personally for you. I am happy to do those for folks if you'd like. I also want to thank everybody for being here. If you like what I do, please like, subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that. And if you have any comments, questions, if you have a different way of interpreting any of these cards, please let me know. I appreciate feedback. Kind and constructive feedback is always appreciated. If it's nasty feedback, that's okay. That's you can keep that to yourself. And as always, hi to my mom. And I'll see you next week. Thank you.